When you design a furniture for a restaurant, what actually needs to be different? Does it have to be only stronger or more comfortable? We recently manufactured chairs and lights for Restaurant Biskup. So let me tell you the story. What are the reasons these products are different to the products we usually design and engineer for other places? Start is usually quite similar. We get approached by architects, in this case Studio Olgoj Chorchoj, with whom we already made a couple of projects. They know what they want, they know what we can deliver. Once we get a brief, first point of difference is quite clear. It's gonna be time constrained. There is a reason why restaurants usually work with tight deadlines. You rent expensive space, hire staff of skilled people, every week you are not open, you lose loads of money. So we had to jump straight into a prototype of a chair. Reason number 2. Detailed ergonomics. We had to nail the usability and comfort before being able to produce anything. In this particular case, we worried about the weight of the chair. As it is modern take, redesigned by Studio Olgoj Chorchoj based on the 1974 concept of Enzo Mari. We knew the original is quite hefty chair, so we had to focus on this from the start. We made straight away 2 prototypes out of plywood. The one to start with was the prototype following architectural drawings. Second that followed was prototype with all the adjustments we recommend to make for structural and comfort reasons, informed by testing of the first model in the real world. Second product was a light. From initial architectural sketch, we have created initial 3D model of the light that we presented to see if everything follows architect's vision. There were a couple of major changes with light design we needed to discuss. Reason number 3. Flexibility. You have to find the right technique and then push its limits. There is more than one way to get the result. We need to get there fast, for the right price and in a high quality. And to get all of this, adjustments need to be made. Due to manufacturing limitations, we had to do a light a little bit smaller. And the technique didn't allow us to make glass in color. So we had to come up with an alternative, how to get this bright, interesting color architects really wanted inside of this light. We proposed few versions and we discussed together everything in depth. Color was important also in a case of a chair, so we made numerous tests to make sure it's spot on. Reason number 4. Prototypes, prototypes, prototypes. You have to make sure everything is properly tested before it enters a public space. So next, we had to do a prototype review number 2. This time, not only with architects, but also with a client. Task 1. Make a prototype number 3 of a chair. Theo jumped straight on a prototype from a solid wood. We still needed to lose some weight of a chair, as handling is crucial for the operation in a restaurant. We had to tweak the final details and nail the wood finishing. With light, it wasn't such a smooth sailing. It did crack in the process.
It's 7 a.m. I'm heading to the glassworks up north. They do borosilicate glass. There are some issues with production. It's 8:20 a.m. I just arrived up north. Apparently there are some issues with connecting the glass pieces.
Reason number 5. Whatever happens, you have to act fast. Deadlines can't move. We came up with a solution how to fix the light. But we needed to greenlight it with architects and we had to do it fast. So I went to meet them straight away and we met on the street.
Z druhé strany.
Solution was to make the diameter of the glass a little bit smaller. They were happy with this option, they greenlit it and we could power through. Next, test assembly for the client meeting. Everything had to look perfect. Reason number 6. Everybody have to be in tune. There are a lot of changes that happen in the process of bespoke manufacturing. And part of our job is to make sure that everybody is happy with the result. So we have to triple check that everybody is in line, everybody is happy, everything works. We were good to go, everything was approved and we could start the production. Chair is quite a straightforward product. Once we have the final prototype we make in-house, we call a pilot product. We collaborate on a bigger scale production with our partner, wood workshop LUGI. I brought them the pillow chair, the drawings, I explained everything, and they took care of manufacturing all 55 pieces of chairs for us according to the design. Reason number 7. Complex projects require complex project management. With large projects like this, we have multiple partners to help us. There is glass making, there is metal spinning, laser cutting and bending. There is acrylic supplier, LED supplier, spotlight supplier, screws and bolts, different hardware, hanging system, and lastly, all the electronics and cables. So let me show you some of the processes.
Got me going psycho, walking through my mind, looking like an icon, everything alike. Promise you that I'ma take it easy, easy, easy. Promise you that I'ma take it easy, easy, easy. Promise you that I'ma take it. Promise you that I'ma take it. Promise you that I'ma take it easy. Take it easy. Promise you that I'ma take it easy. Take it easy. Promise you that I'ma take it.
Just finished at metal spinning. It looks really nice. Very pleased. Picking up some last pieces that we will put inside of the light fixtures that will hold the lamp holder and the bulb.
We have all the components, so let's assemble it. Reason number 8. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. A lot of mistakes happen when you rush things. And again, we were a little bit under pressure and we managed to crack another glass. So we had to redo it, manufacture new glass, and it was an issue because we had to install it after the deadline. So one was missing for the original deadline. Reason number 9. It's not over until it's over. So we also do the installation of our own pieces. And it's important because it is part of design. We are in control of how easy our pieces to install due to how we design them in the process. But in this case, everything went relatively smooth and we were ready in a couple of days. And then the most important thing. Restaurant opened and we could enjoy the fruits of our labor. Hope you enjoyed this behind the scenes video. We would really appreciate if you click the subscribe button. This is why it takes time, and I see you in the next one.